Saying no is not something to be looked down upon. Saying no will save you problems. Listen, a lot of people that end up in premarital sex or sex outside of marriage. Oh, by the way, let me say this. All and any sex outside of a heterosexual marriage is sin. All and any sex outside of a heterosexual marriage is sin. That means that marriage is between a man and a woman. Let's just get that out of the way. Yeah? In the beginning, God did not create Adam and Steve. We need to get that all sorted out. But what we need to understand is it's sin. And sometimes it's easy to think, and I've seen people think that the reason God is telling us not to involve ourselves in sex outside of marriage is because God doesn't want us to have fun. Listen, I believe God is interested in us having fun. But God is also interested in us being safe and happy and secure as well. Listen to the products of sex outside of marriage: heartache, pregnancy, disease, brokenness, and shame. Who wants that for 10, no, maybe 3 minutes of pleasure? Look, you just got me, that's getting shortchanged. For all that, God desires that sex happen in marriage. The reason he does is because there is no known relationship that's able to handle the outcome and the consequences of the sexual relationship other than marriage. It doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. The third thing that we need to understand is this: in your singlehood, you need to become mentally mature. Mentally mature. There's far too many people running around acting like teenagers but wanting to enjoy the benefits of adulthood. Do you know anyone like that? Please do not mention any names. And the problem with that is this: there is a specific time in your life that God allows you to be single and by yourself and develop these things, so that when you enter into relationship, you're not beginning to grow up in that. You've already have some things growing. You already have some things that you've developed in. How do you mature mentally? It happens as you read. You know, somebody said something that bothered me. He says, if you ever want to keep something from an African, hide it in a book. Well, let me ask you, what book are you reading right now? Come on now. That's good. That's good, but that's not enough. You've got to add on. It happens as you travel. I said it happens as you travel. Don't just, Bugolobi is great, man, but man, the world does not end in Bugolobi or Nalia. Like, I live in Nalia, Ntinda, Nakawa. Yeah, I'm learning all these places. Man, I love Kampala. Kampala is awesome, man. All these great places. But listen, as you travel, you begin to mature mentally as you interact with people that are different from you. As you learn new skills, picking up new skills. Learn to ride a bike or something, skydiving, bungee jumping, I'll watch you bungee jump and I'll pray for you as you bungee jump. As you meet new cultures. And most importantly, you mature mentally when you're single by solving problems. You learn to solve problems. Problems are not necessarily a bad thing. They're good for you because they help you think outside of the box. Problems are good. Did you love the worship today? Did you love the music? Do you think the band and the singers gelled together? But do you also think that when they were rehearsing that at times there are problems? I don't think they always agree. I mean, I could ask Winston, but I just have a feeling there are times they go like, you guys are missing it. No, it's not sung like this. It's sung like this. No, I want us to sing it like this. No, 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 no. It has to be sung like this. No, no. Pastor said you have to do it like this. No, our church prefers it if we do it like this. What? And you have a back and forth, and sometimes it gets heated, right? But eventually, that has to be sorted out, and everyone has to come to an agreement that this is what it looks like. Because we're not going to stand there and you're not going to sing reggae, and so sings R&B, and so sings jazz, and we want to do one thing. So somebody has to compromise and create this. We have to recreate it. So we have to solve a problem. Are we together? That happens in your singlehood. You develop and grow in that in your singlehood. You grow mentally. Somebody say mentally. Put your hands up there and say mentally. Don't act like a teenager and expect to enjoy a grown-up relationship like an adult. I saw this written one time. Teenagers, they help you understand why some animals eat their young. I'm not even going to get into that. Fourth thing is independence. You must be independent. You learn independence in your single years. You move out of home. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. You must be independent financially and emotionally. You learn that if you spend more than you have, you'll end up in problems. Are you with me? If your outgo is more than your income, then your downgo will be your end. You learn financial independence. You learn that if I do not work, I don't eat. I have to pay my bills. You have to be independent emotionally. That means you're able to think without your girlfriends. You don't need your clique of 6 nasty sisters to help you process. You can just make up your mind. You are emotionally independent. You know that when you have a fight with someone, that it does not mean the end of the relationship. You just don't show up and say, you don't like me, I don't like you, you argue with me, I don't want with you, walk. This is important. This is important to develop in your single years. Because anyone that's been married for more than 20 minutes will tell you, you will argue. Evie and I will be married 10 years. I'm telling you, our first 3 years, we fought. Well, you can tell who won since I'm wearing pink, right? But, well, she also has my baby, so I think I won also. Here's the thing. Here's the thing, though. The fact that you're having differences does not mean the relationship is about to die. It simply means it's time for you to grow up and face the fact that we're different. And Evie and I, we were different. And for 3 years we fought. Now, we didn't fight physically. We just had a back and forth. When I say fight, I just mean just verbally back. We just disagreed because we're very different. Our personalities and our temperaments are very different. I am very outgoing, very bubbly. I love people. I enjoy that. I hate being restrained. I don't do very well with structures. It's one of those things that I'm working with. She's very structured. She's very managerial. She's very planned. She's like that. And so a lot of things, even in our temperaments, were different, very different. Now, in the beginning, they attracted us. Because I thought I had someone that would laugh at all my jokes, listen to all my stories. Great. When she thought she would have this person that would talk and entertain her, well, wonderful. But when you get into a relationship, it changes now. And that thing that attracted you becomes a source of friction. And it means that we had to be independent and mature in our minds to work through our differences and to begin to reap the harvest of those of our differences for us to have a happy and a successful relationship. Financial maturity means that you are able to provide for yourself and somebody else. Emotional maturity means you're able to deal with the pressures of your own life and somebody else. I'm going to say that again. Financial independence means you're able to take care of yourself and somebody else. Emotional independence means you're able to take care of your own problems and those of someone else. That's your journey in singlehood. Now listen. I want to read you an email from a lady that ended up with someone that was not a Christian. There's always this big conversation going on about should a Christian date a non-Christian. And I have an answer for you. That scripture we read, Paul says this, 2 Corinthians 6:14-15. Do not be bound together with an unbeliever, for what does a believer have in common with an unbeliever? Listen, that verb, bound together, if you study it, this is what it means. It means unequally yoked. To yoke animals, when they used to farm in those days, they would put this structure on a wooden structure on the animal's neck, and they would pair the animals of equal strength, and they would use them to till the ground or to farm the ground. Now, when he says an equally yoke, that's what it means. And Paul, in mentioning that to us, he's making mention of an Old Testament command that God had given the children of Israel in Deuteronomy chapter 22 and verse 10. And he says, you shall not plow with an ox and a donkey together. The reason God had forbidden them yoking together such beasts of such diverse size and strength was simply because of the excessive chafing of the animal's yoke that would injure both animals. In the same way, Paul says that a binding relationship between a Christian and a non-Christian will be mutually injurious and destructive to both because they are essentially so different. A believer and a non-believer, the worlds you live in are so different. If you get into a relationship, it's not going to work. And I know there are people who say, they worked it out, and probably later he was a Christian, she wasn't. And I'm not talking about when you become Christians when you're together, when you're married. I'm talking about you're a Christian, they're a non-Christian, you meet and you begin a relationship. That's what I'm talking about. You are technically so different. It's sort of like the play we saw here. These two people are living in such different worlds because one of them is royalty and another one is not. It's not that they hate each other, it's just that